to your new album over the last like sort of week or so. And it's stunning. It's got lots going on in it, so we'll talk a bit about that. So obviously you're set to release the album for Far From Home on the 9th of June via WormHoleDeath. I find you very diverse and eclectic. You've got quite a lot of range of textures going on in this album. Obviously symphonic elements mixed with rock, metal, jazz, avant-garde. This makes for a very stunning like delivery of like emotions and moods within your music. Tell me a little bit about the songwriting process and how you got to work with like so many amazing musicians.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for your words. It's truly appreciated. I have worked at the beginning at home, so I have write the album in 6 months at home.
Yeah.
And after I have talked with a conductor called François Rousselot, very good French conductor, and he gave me the contact of a very good orchestrator called Thomas Kubler, and I give to him my composition, and he take the composition and orchestrate all with my strings parts, piano parts, and he have made a wonderful work. Yeah. And after that, some musicians, some very good musicians, like Vikram Shankar, have retake these piano parts and write some new parts too.
Yeah,
Vikram have write some other parts. Xavier Baucher on the guitars too. I've made a wonderful work. Jean-Jacques Moreac bass, and Leo Marguerite from Penal Salvation.
Yeah.
On drums. So we have worked first with my composition, the orchestration, and after they have made their parts, and the orchestra was filmed after.
Okay, yeah. So I was going to say, was some of it like, did you know, in a studio, or do you just, as you say, just kind of like put the parts together and then make your track?
Yeah, I have made all that in studio. In France. You hear my accent.
Yeah.
I'm French, and with a good sound engineer, with the vocals after the orchestral parts and the instrumental parts. I have sing all the parts and adapt with the orchestra after. So many hours in the studio, and the many guests on the album send me their parts progressively, and we adapt all the elements in studio with all that.
Yeah, fantastic. And I find there's lots of surprises in this album. Straight away from the first song, we are introduced to the album in a sort of a blend of piano work with a sort of, I want to say like Nordic folk bass style of vocals that transcends into a completely different style all the way through. So there's lots of things to absorb, I think, you know, sort of right from the start of this album. And lots of textures going on, and you know, I love it. I do find that as that goes on, it fits with the mood of the concept though, and you have you know, you have the world's challenges that we have today. Talk to me a little bit about how you came to the concept of the album and how you managed to capture the, you know, the theme into many styles of music in your songs.
Yeah, I have write the script first of the double album, the full story, and then after writing the full story, the elements come naturally. So I have composed as a movie, more as a movie. And after that, the elements come very naturally. Some jazz parts, some hip hop parts, some lots of elements. And yeah, the process was very naturally. The concept talk about the humanity, the deceptions we have in our world sometimes, the divisions, the wars, the people who want to destroy others, or many things about the corruption, the conditioning of this society. And yeah, I think it will be fantastic to make a movie about this concept album 2 in the near future, and maybe use some orchestra parts. And yeah, that's something interesting.
It's quite an interesting take on it, because you don't really see a lot of artists that would kind of narrate it kind of like in a movie style, as you said. There's a lot of powerful themes that you touch upon, so I think that would sort of with your the music of the album, I think it would make a really interesting movie. So Prayer of the Gods is one of my favorite tracks from the first half of the album. This is where I feel much of the emotion of the album is portrayed into one song. So the vocals you have on this, is it Elise that's on this album? Was this on this song?
Prayer of the Gods?
Yeah.
Prayer of the Gods was with Andy Kuntz. Andy Kuntz talk about the fanaticism and others. I don't understand exactly the question. Sorry.
You have a female vocalist on that song. Is it Elise?
The guest on this song is Andy Kuntz from Vanden Place.
And there's a female vocal.
A female vocal is Angel Maccabies.
Okay, yeah. So
there we go. Ethnic vocals behind. So this woman singer will normally be with me on the future concerts, on the future shows. Very, very good singer, and very complete. Yeah.
She's got very stunning and ambient. She brings a lot of ambience to the vocal style of that song. But you've got some proper blast beating drums as well on this, which most people would associate with more extreme metal genres, but it totally works in, I think, like the ambience and the melancholic kind of setting you have for this song. So it's quite interesting how you blend those sort of things together.
Thank you. Yeah, with the orchestra and the orchestrations behind, it's always better to imagine some things for the guests and some ambiances. So I think effectively this song is one of the best in the album, and I'm happy you like it.
There's quite a few on this album. There was and of course my favorite from the second half of the album is Beyond My Blood, which I know you released a music video for about 3 weeks ago. And I think this one displays like orchestral but heavy elements into one song, and the riffs and vocals you have a more kind of a consistent structure in this song, and it goes beautifully with the orchestral musicianship in this song. I feel it's a great representation of the album. It's very powerful. Do you have a certain song from the album that you think is a good representation of the whole album?
I think the best representation of the whole album is Far From Home, the last song of 26 minutes, because you have all the elements together, and many guests, and some jazz parts, some hip hop parts, some orchestra parts, some emotional parts, because I see my music as an emotional storm.
Yeah.
For me, the most important in music is the emotions. So the technique is important too. The technique is important
Absolutely.
too. All the elements together. But for me, the music have to have a soul. It's very important to have a soul and very deep emotions. Very deep emotions. For me, it's the best way to listen music. I love music, technical music only too, but it's different, more completely different. So for me, the emotion are the most important. And Far From Home is the best way to resume the double album. Yeah.
Yeah, it's stunning. There is like some really stunning pieces in this album, and like you said, like I'm very invested in sort of the emotional side of music, because I feel like, you know, you to really appreciate music, you do have to feel it, you know. And there are some beautiful but dark and melancholic things going on, and it's I love ambience, so it kind of takes me as well to the video that you released for Beyond My Blood. There are some heavy image references here too that kind of portray the many faces of fragile mentality to go with the lyrical concept of the song. What are your thoughts on that?
For the Beyond My Blood song, you can see the video clip, and effectively, it's the human condition. It's about the human condition, the different faces we have. One day you are angry, one day you are cool, one day you are, and all the emotions intertwined together. I played two characters in this video clip. One with um, sorry, one possessed, who materialized the demon side, our demon side.
Yeah.
And one another with completely tired of his work, of the rhythm of the work, and he want another life.
Yeah.
And he tried to find the solutions to have another life, but he have to win money, so he don't know exactly how to do that. And there's the demon's character who possessed him from a distance.
Yeah.
And try to give to send craziness to the other. Sorry, I don't know exactly if it's a good words, but in the end, the two characters, yeah, there's a fusion of the two characters. So finally, the demon side is not really um, a bad company, but it's more here to for him to understand his wrong side, his wrong human side. And it's a travel, a journey of all the different emotions of the human being, and sort of light at the end of the tunnel, because in the end you have the fusion of the two characters. The character is now positive, is happy about his life, and he have found his way, and is in union of different origins, different people, towards the same goal, the same horizon, with beautiful vibes and beautiful things. So the morality is, whenever you experiment in your life, good or bad, there's always a solution and positive things in the end if you go forward.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I think, you know, naturally the visionary and the message of that video is very powerful. How did you find acting it out in the video? I think you have to be quite a strong personality to be able to portray something as powerful as that to your audience.
Yeah, I have made this clip with a fantastic director, video clip director called Mathieu Buchholzer, and he have given me the script many days before, many weeks before, and I have tried to to be possessed by the character, and then we have filmed this in the Burus Castle, a very beautiful castle in France, for the first part, and the second part in Brittany around the sea. And yeah, we have filmed this video clip in the night, around 1 hour, 2 hour in the night, in the cold. So sometimes very, very, very cold. I have to cover myself with and drink lots of hot coffee or a drink to be sure that all is okay and not sleeping around. And yeah, for each scenes there's a time wait. We have to wait and I have to question myself and to rest in the role and to be the more possessed and the more credible possible.
Yeah. Well, it's a powerful video, so you know, I think you've done a good job there. This is your second album to date, following your debut in 2019, which was Constellia Secret Garden. Did I pronounce that correctly? I think 4 years has brought a lot of time to, you know, sort of growth and reflection, and obviously a lot has happened since then. How do you feel that Far From Home represents your evolvement as a musician?
Far From Home is a big step forward in my evolution, because the first one under Constellia Secret Garden was composed with another composer too, co-composition. I have composed the themes and write the lyrics and the vocals and lots of things. And this composer have made other elements in the music.
Yeah.
It's a good job together, not on the same point of view in general for some things, but I'm happy of this work. But the evolution with Far From Home is strong. The evolution is completely different, because for this album I want to be free and compose all myself.
Yeah.
Is the first thing, because I want to keep my own vision. I don't want to have someone who interfere with me on the compositional aspect, and I'm better when I'm alone composition.
Yeah.
So and after, of course, be with lots of fantastic musicians behind who can understand all the vision I have. And the evolution with vocals are very, very high too, because I have worked a lot of my vocals with a scenic and vocal coach, and day from day the evolution is here too. And yeah, at the beginning I want with Constellia Secret Garden an orchestra too, but finally we don't take this decision. But here now with Max Enix Far From Home is definitely my vision. I want from the beginning, and I'm happy of the result.
Yeah, I think you should be. It is stunning. There's a lot of there's yeah, like I say, there's a lot of elements that going into this, and I kind of hear a lot of I want to say Devin Townsend influences, you know. It does remind me a little in places, not all, because it's very, you know, your style. It's quite unique in some areas, but there's some definitely, I think, some influences there. So as Far From Home is like, it is an orchestral album in a lot of parts. Do you have plans to showcase the album for live shows?
Yeah, thank you for the correspondence with Devin Townsend. Devin Townsend is my favorite artist of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's my favorite artist of all time, and my favorite album is Ocean Machine, Teria, or Accelerated Evolution, and others. And for the live shows, but lots of things are coming. I try to find the better solution for the first concerts. The first concert normally will be with a woman singer, so maybe Angel Maccabees or Maura Ekate or another woman singer who will sing with me. And I think for the first shows, we made very beautiful lights, excellent sounds, and fantastic images behind on screen to have a very, very intimate and emotional atmosphere, ambiences. And not for the moment over musicians. I think we play the soundtrack, the soundtrack behind, two singer, the woman singer and me, and beautiful atmosphere behind. And then after, in the near future, maybe the musician of the album will come, and we can make festivals and eventually live DVD.
Yeah.
But one thing at a time, we have to see. But all is in reflection and discussion, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of obviously musicians involved in this, so I can think logistically it might be, but yeah, it would be good to see it live. What's coming after this for you? Do you have plans, or are you going to just chill out for a bit? Are you writing again?
Yeah, I'm writing a new album, actually, completely different.
Yeah.
Well, first Far From Home double album, June 9. After that, end of the year, bundle with the original version and the orchestra version. The orchestra version is completely different, very emotional, more in Zimmer vibes, with exclusive sound effects, and more movie oriented than the original one, even if the original one is already movie oriented. And after that, DVD live, normally DVD live, and after that, yeah, a new album, not a double album, because it's too much work, and for the reviewers, they have so many albums to review, so 2 hours and 40 minutes, it's lots of time. So I think one epic album, or 1 hour and 15 minutes, is already good, with some epic songs, some instrumental interludes sometimes, and some more radio formats songs. But it will depend on the concept. The next concept is completely different, in another universe, with a strong story too, but it's secret for the moment.
No, that's fair enough. We'll keep an eye out then. That does sound really cool. I'm just finally, really, how can we support you further?
So you can help me if possible with by sharing the video clips I have already made, Beyond My Blood and The Broken Face. And when the album will be released June 9, to listen the double album, and I hope you will like it, and talk to your friends about the projects, and come in different concerts, shows in the coming weeks or month and years.
Perfect. That's absolutely great. Yeah, and we'll do a review for that as well. It is great. Fantastic. Well, thank you so very much for your time. I really, really appreciate it. It's been a pleasure to chat to you. And we'll have the review out as soon as possible.
Yeah, it's a pleasure too for the review. Thanks a lot for your time, for your trust and others.